Yes, welcome to Farm Smart. My name is Kwishi Takahama, and this is yet another episode where we'll be covering something new about poultry farming. And this time around, we have come to Jinja, Wairaka, where we're going to be covering a very experienced man, Mr. Chisambila. He's going to be taking us through how to rear chicken successfully and how to make money out of it. We are doing poultry farming or chicken farming. And this time around, I brought you another experienced man. He's called Mr. Chisambila. He's going to be telling us his experience. I've seen he has a very big farm. So he's going to be telling us his experience, how to succeed in chicken farming. So you tell us about yourself.
My name is Chisambila. I'm a farmer in Wairaka, and the farm is called Wairaka Poultry Farm.
Wow. So Wairaka Poultry Farm, tell us where have you come from to reach up to this point?
I established this farm in we started construction in 1988, and then the first bird arrived here on October 10th, 89. That's when we started with 2,000 birds, and the first egg came May, 5 months later.
So tell us, what are the factors? Okay, what did you start with to start up your farm?
I was a civil servant, and the salary could not pay for the expenses I was meeting, because I am married, had the children going to schools, and most of them were going to boarding schools, and therefore I could not meet that expense. Yeah. So what I decided is to go and borrow money from the banks, and I did borrow for 2,000 bahts. Then I started the farm.
Okay, according to research, currently, to start up a decent and a well-organized farm, chicken farm, you need to have like 15 million. So tell us, back then, how much did you invest in?
You see, I borrowed $20,000.
$20,000.
The loan was $20,000.
Yes.
If you converted it into the ruling, it was 4 million shillings.
Wow.
And that loan was for purchase of birds and the construction of the buildings which are up there where I started, and a vehicle inclusive, a pickup. So I started rearing chicken, and within 5 months we started selling off.
Okay.
By the way, we started at a period when there were few farmers with the poultry, and in this region I think I was the largest. 2,000 bahts seems to be large, and the market was there. So people would come. I would not deliver to their homes, but they would come and pick. Yeah, and they come and pick, and we proceeded. So we sold out the eggs, and we made money. We made profits. So I started construction. We crossed over and started construction.
So how many birds did you start with?
2,000 birds.
2,000 birds. And right now?
Now the farm is a 20,000 capacity.
Oh. So Mzee, tell us, what do we need to start a successful farm? What are the requirements?
Yeah, you manage interest in the business, and you must have a suitable building like this one you are seeing. Yes, and money, and then things start on the farm. Yes, and the workers, That's it.
So what do we like the qualification is of the workers that you're supposed to employ here, and even you yourself, what
No,
are the qualifications? Is there?
oh, for me, by the way, I'm an agriculturalist. Yeah, trained in agriculture from Makerere University.
Yes.
And so I had some idea about farming.
So you're qualified.
And the choice of the project was not a coincidence, but it is within my profession. And so it was easy. And it's a project which is at home. Sometimes you use the family labor
Yeah.
and a few maybe helpers, and then you move. So you must have also the veterinary officers around your place, and when you are in trouble, you call them and you move on. Yes, especially when you are vaccinating. That's it.
So the only qualification is having knowledge about.
Yeah, but you can start a chicken farm without knowledge about it. If you are got a veterinary officer around your place, he advises you what to do.
Okay. So now tell us, how do you start? Like, you start from bringing these old chicken, or you bringing these chicks, the young ones?
You see, you have a building set for that with a lot of aeration, as you see.
Yes.
And then you have the litter, which is you can use the coffee husk, you can use the wood shavings, and you can use the rice husk, like you are saying this way.
Yes.
So any of those could make you bedding. So you disinfect. You lay out the farm and you disinfect the place, and then and you bring in the birds,
Okay.
and the process starts.
Do you have like any steps you have to take before you bring in those birds, like how to take care of them?
Oh, you see, you start giving them food. That's that.
Because when I visit some farm and I found that there are young chicks, but then they were there like something like these pots with fire kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you start what they call the starting process is
Yeah.
called brooding.
Brooding.
Brooding
Yes.
is, when birds are hatched out, they feel coldness, especially at night.
Yes.
So you seal off the windows with either polythene bags or something, or Hessian, whatever, and cover the whole thing. And then you introduce the heaters. You can use the charcoal stoves. You can use the pots, a glazed pot, and you can use the scientific advanced method of infrared what. But you see, here in Uganda, very few people use infrared. It is either charcoal, and I think, and you can also use a gas heater. But we use on this farm, and most of the farm, they use charcoal stoves.
Yes, we have several.
So you light the charcoal stoves, and you do what? You create heat, and up to the temperature of 34, 35 in the room. And you should maintain that temperature, especially at night, for about 2 weeks for these type of birds, the broilers. But it is 3 weeks for layers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have like maybe like a thermometer where you measure that temperature, or you just estimate?
You can buy a thermometer, but usually you estimate, yes,
Yeah.
because if the birds find it too hot, they will go away from the heaters.
Okay.
If they are, again, it's cold, they will hang around crowd around where the heater. So once you see evenly distributed bars, the heat is perfect.
Yes, we see we have so many breeds. Do you have like specifically breeds that you're supposed to start with, like someone who's beginning? The
Sorry?
breeds.
The breeds?
Yeah.
Normally, we buy from this. I don't even know what breed is this one, but we just buy them.
These are broilers.
Yeah, but they are, they are a number of what chicken breeds. But for us in Uganda, we just what and
Okay, like according to your experience, which one do you say like this one is good? I would recommend someone starting to start with this type so that you can maybe.
You see, when I started, we started with Nera.
Okay.
It was a black bird, resistant to diseases, and so on, even feeds. And it was prolific. And so later we had another breed which was brown. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So tell us, okay, you've not specified which one is best for someone to start with. But okay, which one makes much more profits?
Me to be
Like
frank to you, I don't even know the breed. But
like I'm meaning, which one makes more profits? Like maybe layers or broilers when you're selling eggs, or maybe when you're selling
with
meat.
the layers, it takes long to earn an income.
Bring you money,
It is
yeah.
about for us. It starts laying 5 months, 1, 2, 3, and they raise up, and the eggs are very small, and then to reach the acceptable market is usually in the 6 weeks. So before they are 6 weeks, you don't have an income.
Okay.
But after 6 weeks, the production is high and the size is good. Then you start selling.
Okay.
And you sell for a batch of these bars would last for 12 months.
Wow.
So you are liquid in whatever.
And,
Yeah, if there is a market, I think layers are best.
okay.
But these days, at least in this area, may I have phased out to that one, and I'm on marketing.
So as they are growing up, you tell us how would you vaccinate them? How many times you vaccinate?
There is a there is a vaccination program,
Yes.
which is contained in this book. The first disease you vaccinate against is Newcastle.
Yes.
In my case, I vaccinate on the first day they arrive.
On the first day they
You
arrive.
see, the vets tell us, and it's correct if it is in Europe,
Yes.
that a bird is hatched out with its immunity, and that within 7 days it is immune to some of these. But the local conditions in here dictate that you should vaccinate on the first day. The reason being that I'm a farmer in an enclosed building,
Yeah.
but there are farmers out there who let their birds in free range.
Free rangers. Yeah.
So they are not vaccinated, and they can bring in the diseases, because especially these viral diseases like Newcastle and so on.
Yes.
So it is better to vaccinate on the first day, and then on the 7th day, and for Newcastle. Then after 2 weeks, 14 days, you vaccinate against Gumboro. Gumboro.
Wow.
Yeah, then on the 27th day, you repeat Gumboro. And then 20th day, you vaccinate against infectious bronchitis. It is a disease which means affect the respiratory organs. Yeah, yeah, and those are deadly wound. So with the the layers, you can also vaccinate against typhoid and the pox. Yeah.
So, like, do you vaccinate them in the eyes or you put in the
You
mouth?
know, but yeah, the first vaccination or new what?
Okay,
One day
the chicks.
Yeah, it is eye
In the
drop.
eye drop.
But the second one, when they have grown a bit, I normally use oral. I put the vaccine in water.
Okay.
Yeah, every information is there.
How many weeks did they take to mature?
For these, you can 6 weeks they will be ready for marketing. As you will see them, yeah, 6 weeks.
And the level of feeding also differs.
Yeah, you go not adjusting. Like broilers, you can start with 20 grams per day per bird. And as you move per week, you adjust 60 grams, so and so on. Okay. So by the time they are mature, you use about 160 grams per bird per day. Yeah.
Okay. And then water.
Water is ad lib. Just
you don't need to mix anything in water. You just have to.
One, okay, there are drugs we normally put in. Yeah, like antibacterial, yeah, oxytetracycline, and sometimes other vitamins,
yes,
multivitamins and so, which are oral and so, yeah.
So talking about these cans, do you have any specific type of cans that are recommended for, that are good for the chicks?
There are some cone-shaped cans which are actually the drinkers.
The drinkers.
Yeah, but I found these useful because they are big and you don't come in to refilling and this sort of. So we are now using this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So which type of fish do we have to give them?
Chick and duck for the first 2 months. For two weeks, I think chick and duck, and then you use the growers mash and then layers mash.
That is for specific stages.
For layers.
Okay.
Yeah, but these have pellets for 2 weeks, and then you use grower mash, and up to the end of the day. This is a grinding mill. Originally, I said I was using cotton seed cake and so on. And the cotton seed cake, soya cake, oyster shells, masonko, and the other wound meal. Blackboard. I write the formula for the type of bird to be fed, like chicks, chick and duck mash. Write the formula and the proportions of each feed.
The feeds.
And then you mix up here, you mill it, and you reconstitute it.
So you first before you.
Yeah, you mix cotton seed cake, sunflower, soya, blood.
Isn't that expensive? Like mixing?
No, that's why I made a lot of money, because I knew what to do. I installed this mill. At that time, Yuga Chick was selling their feeds at 400 shillings per kilo. And Novita here in Jinja, Uganda Grain Milling, was 360. Yuga Chick feeds are very, very good, by the way.
But very expensive.
No, they are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nutritionally, and even what they are good. But you see, mine making what is equally good, and I was making my what I
The
was,
feeds.
yeah, a kilo what was costing me 200,000. So I would not buy Yuga Chiki, and so they tried to persuade me. I said no. And you see the store is large, so that's it.
So does this machine benefit you only or even the community?
No, it is what? It is for this farm only.
You don't sell to the community?
No.
Why? Because
Yeah,
they
because
maybe
you
make
see,
extra
we
finances.
no, I don't want that one.
Okay.
Yeah, but we were busy using it. We would use a ton per day, per what? Those bus, if the farm is full, it's a ton of feeds per day. So we were busy making what? How many feeds? So we don't say what.
It does not consume a lot of electricity.
Well, it does, but it is cushioned off by the profits.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I was costing my feeds at 200,000, and the other people whatever, I had a big advantage. They were buying 360 or 400, and I was producing at once. But now, because we use the constituted concentracy, we buy kafika and add to maize, what broken maize and maize bran in a ratio of 300 kafika and 330 maize bran and 300 and something for broken maize, and where we constitute a ton and we give them. So this one is already reconstituted feeds ready to supply.
Want someone out there with maybe 100 birds, won't he fear to start up this because he's saying that it's like a lot that is needed?
No, but in Uganda, as far as I know, farmers start from 100. The farms are 100, 200, 300, and this sort of, people go on raising the number as they make profit. But yeah, so as I told you, I started with 2,000 bars, and then ended up what? So I would, my method of doing what was if you want to have a supply of eggs continuously every day, it is better you start with 300 birds. Yeah. 100, you raise it for 3 months. After 3 months, you bring another lot. And after 3 months, you bring another lot. The other one, which you started with, by the time it lays, this one are in the process. And so you will have about 600, 200 birds in lay at different stages. So as the other one, growing, the other one has, the other batch is replaced that one. So you bring in 3,500 birds. After 3 months, 3,500 and so on. So I would produce for 150 constantly.
Mr. Chisambi has been emphasizing doing research before you start any poultry business, and then also record keeping to keep your business move on smoothly. After the break, we'll be still coming back with Mr. Chisambila. Let's come back from this short break.